it's a party, wanna come to town. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you still wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose it like a bloodhound. I'ma throw 'em off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face, cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear down.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Play fake, Brissett. They'll roll him out right. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play. First carry here for Ken Walker. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action now. Brissett. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the 49ers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, both teams practice this situation. And this time, the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit. We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed, able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss?
On 2nd and goal, Brissett out to him, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and the Rams have the first points. Here it's 3-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Lance now on 1st down. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack on 1st down, Lance trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or other.
Walker hit and the ball is out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Rams are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 44, Brissett. Claypool with another catch. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. He completes this to Walker. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
2nd and 11 now. Throwing, Brissett. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On play action, Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Brissett. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
That's pulled in at the 32.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
The Niners had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
The end result, 21 yards.
97.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Lance looking to throw it.
And that's dropped underneath for Wilson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Here's a quick throw out wide by Lance, complete. Touchdown 49ers! His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Trying the left side with Walker. They find some open field here. Touchdown, L.A. Kenneth Walker, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams have regained the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And
for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 41. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 79 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. We're set on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it urged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. He's got his tight end fan. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Here we go. Opposite, 3.
Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, Lance. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Lance under pressure. They got him again. Aiden Hutchinson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And they'll go for it. Lance. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
10 cycles. Cheetah.
First down, here's White. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 25 on second down, Lance. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now Lance. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Here's Walker to start the drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Here's Lance to throw it.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Butker's kick here is good, and that's going to tie us at 13.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit to hold them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. They go play action with Brissett. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but he falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Taken from just outside the 30.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
offense set to get this drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. The Lance going to throw. That's complete. It's Okurebunom. And he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Down.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Again, Wilson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jeff Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. 94 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Play fake, Brissett. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
There's less than 10 players still active from the 2008 NFL Draft, and here's one of them picking up the 1st down. Deshaun Jackson still got plenty of that speed. They had him 36 all-time in receiving prior to this season. There may not be a lot of playing time left for him, but every time he's out on the field, his presence will be felt.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 33. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
On 2nd and 12, Lance.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Black Ultra. Going to be railed.
Shotgun now for Lance. He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't mean everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their own 37.
They'll start things here with a handoff to White.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for San Francisco. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
101 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, here's Walker. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And
this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground with White. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
There's certainly no questioning this about Zamir White. This young man's a fighter. He was told growing up he wouldn't be an athlete due to a number of injuries and medical conditions. Instead, worked his way up to a starting job at Georgia, and now he's in the NFL taking the fight to anyone trying to bring him down. Zeus with a nice carry there.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. They run straight ahead here with White.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Get it together.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold, and finally the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit.
That second half, Chad, is a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can nest double E, 'cause I need your eyes on me. 'Cause once I get my feet in this end zone, no